Hi everyone, this is my Re-Engineering a Bristle Bot by Stacy Laura. So first we want to ask the question, how does a Bristle Bot work? It vibrates around in a circle connecting wires from a motor and battery just like an automobile battery. What are the Bristle Bot's essential parts? Top of the toothbrush, the battery, and a vibrating motor. So another question you want to ask yourself when thinking about how you could remodel or redesign a boring bristle bot is, what modifications can you make to the bristle bot? What materials do you have that you can use in your redesign? So I imagined two different solutions. One solution is I wanted to make a car with a motor, batteries, and I wanted to use a propeller to help the car move. The second solution that I had put together was just to use a scrub brush, kind of like the Bristle Bot with wheels and eyes as a solution. So I decided to go ahead and make the car. I had a Tupperware container, some empty lids to some juice bottles, a skewer because we made shish kebabs on the grill, and I had some straws. So here are the wheels I made, and then I put together the car. I used a battery pack, I used a switch, I used a propeller and a small motor at the top. So in the original design, the car would not move. The container seemed too heavy and the weight was not balanced. So I decided to use the lid instead of the whole container, thinking that that would alleviate the problem of the container being bulky and heavy. And I used popsicle sticks on the top so that the propeller could turn, because if you put it on the lid, it would be right on the floor. So again, it did not move the car. I think that the weight again was unbalanced. So some improvements would need to be to even out the weight, maybe use a bigger motor or propeller, change position of the propeller, and definitely better wheels such as Lego wheels could be used. So when looking at the science, engineering, and technology that was used. So in science, I developed and used models when building a solution to evaluate a redesign. I obtained and evaluated results by testing a prototype and communicating the results in this video presentation. I planned and carried out a plan for the solution in the engineering process, and I designed the solution using that process. Technology, I learned about how tools such as batteries and motors work together for movement of an object. In math, I used appropriate tools strategically during creating my solution and made use of the structure to test it out and to make improvements, i.e. the issue with the weight. So the STEM lesson specification, did the lesson present a real problem? Yes, posing a question on how to make something better is something I think we can all relate to. Does the lesson allow for multiple and accepted creative approaches for solving the problem? Planning the solution involves finding the best solutions to a problem and narrowing it down. So again, I chose two solutions and I narrowed it down. Does the lesson integrate and apply important science and math grade level content? Somewhat, I feel like if there was criteria and constraints, the math portion would be a little stronger for the testing out portion, but the technology piece was definitely there. Again, did the lesson clearly use the engineering design process? Yes, all the steps were taken in the design process. Does the lesson use a student-centered hands-on teaching and learning approach? Yes, us as students used hands-on creating while completing this project, and our teacher provided us with the simple Bristle Bot activity as a hands-on activity. Lastly, does the lesson lead to design and develop of a prototype? Yes. Is the role of technology in the lesson clear to students? Yes, the technology was clear. We used a battery and a motor to make a robot. There was other pieces of technology as well. Does the lesson successfully engage students in purposeful teamwork? No, we all basically did our solutions on our own, and then we presented the results via video And we also tested and evaluated our results by testing out our prototype and making improvements to that as well. That's all, everyone.